Hello there, and welcome or welcome back. This is the Daily Dharma, and my name is Deana. Thank you so much for joining. Today I've done a little bit of a pre-shuffle, and out popped the Miracle card from the Sacred Geometry Oracle Activations card. So I think I'll keep that as an overall for today's message, number 33. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of Source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. So I've been thinking a lot about manifestation too while in the pre-meditation. Let's see. Getting root chakra healing, synergy, throat chakra, compassion, and empowerment. And I've gone through the astrology just a little bit today, and noticing today the moon is passing right by Mars at the critical degree, just before the 30th degree, the last degree, 111, of Pisces, moving into Aries, home sign of Aries for Mars. And, okay, wow. Let's see, we have authority under the deck. Speaking about Mars in home sign Aries, authority is all about that, or it's all about authority. Let me just get these cards. We have number 9, allowance, which is the card right before authority. 35, perception. We had that yesterday. And fertility, 27. Interesting. Okay, I think I will get under the deck here. Under authority, we have heart chakra, prosperity, healing, throat chakra, and root chakra. And I bet that is the alchemy card. Yep, and one more. Realization. Okay. Okay, it seems that as we've been talking, there's a number of different chakra activations that are going on and are underway right now. To me, I don't know if others are feeling this way, but it seems to me that this is another wave of the ascension. I don't know, everybody has their own ideas about the evolution of consciousness here and what we're all doing here in this earthly realm. So here it looks like an expansion of your heart space is allowing you to not be swayed from your alignment or your feeling of what your truth is, what your pathway forward is, who you want to work with, what your healing journey looks like, and what it looks like for you to define your own success, prosperity, happiness, well-being, all of these things here. And you're healing your resistance to speaking about this and to seeking out those that want to work on a similar trajectory as you. There's this realization of an opportunity to speak about your truth, to set down roots. And and behind alchemy is romantic love. So there we have the bottom of the decks. Okay, very nice. Okay, so I'll just kind of fan these out here and leave them out. There's definitely a lot going on here. And then we do have more chakras under here. I could keep on going. And change and integration with universal love and divine masculine underneath the deck here. So we'll keep that over here. Let's just keep on looking around. How far away is the divine feminine here? She's hiding pretty good. Anyways, that's interesting. So we're talking mostly about, we started talking about Mars, and there's divine feminine right by transition of communication. and magic. Okay, yeah. So let me tell you a little bit about the astrology because that's what I'm feeling is coming through the cards. So, okay, we have this little pile up here with the moon activating when Mars has just passed by Neptune. Neptune in Pisces, it's going to be there for a little while longer, but it's been in Pisces for quite some time. And so this has, for many of us, come through as cycles and lessons and things going on in our lives that we've needed to see through the veil of self-deception, either ego or needing more confidence or needing to speak your truth, needing to step into your authority, needing to step up the pace and work harder towards what you want versus always pounding the pavement about what you don't want or something along those lines, right? So as Mars comes in there, Mars wants to get some movement going. And when we have Neptune in Pisces, that's the total epitome of the Hanged Man card in the tarot, where he's seeking enlightenment and suspended himself upside down in a tree with hands crossed behind the back, letting the blood rush to the head until he finds some type of enlightenment. And until then, he's not ready or willing to move forward. And so this can be its own comfort zone, is what I'm healing. Healing the comfort zone. Okay. Yes, and so it's with that compassionate aspect with Neptune going through the end of Pisces. It's the accumulated sense of your spiritual truth and your sense of empathy or compassion. And Mars is coming through to say, okay, let's get moving. Let's do something meaningful. Let's have a grand mission. Let's connect with other people more deeply. Let's create a bonding experience. Let's let go of negativity because I don't want to bring this forward into the new cycle. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. And so with Mars contacting the higher octave of Venus, it's like Mars also in the divine masculine is encountering the sense of the feminine being somehow less capable, or the weaker sex, or the vulnerability that's inherent to trusting or to jumping into a romance wholeheartedly at the very beginning. Let me take a drink here. With the moon coming through here, moon is another aspect of softening that energy. As Mars wants to get them moving, all these little messages coming through my stuttering today. Interesting. The moon is the aspect of nurturance, mothering, but also a confusion of nighttime. And so there's an aspect of lulling ourselves back to sleep in some type of ways, a resurgence of the temptation of our older habits so that we can dip our toe back in that water again and say, yeah, okay, I remember that pattern. I remember that habit, and I remember that reason that was so important to me to move away from that and to follow this new, it's the miraculous path forward. Our belief in ourselves as a part of the functioning of society, the functioning of Mother Earth in general. It's like we're here for a reason and only for a very short time. And so Mars is wanting us to move, and the moon is like, it kind of has this mixed bag of how is it going to affect our perceptions? Are we going to let ourselves fall into backsliding or moving forward? So allowing of perception too, it doesn't all have to be deception and disclarity with the moon. The moon also, as it connects with Neptune, can be very psychic. It can be the time where we really start to make some new steps towards our meditative practice, our spiritual practice in new ways. Depending on how people channel this, they're seeding their next steps forward. So it looks like here, well, let me keep going on this astrology just for a second longer. So Jupiter is just in the beginning of Aries, where Moon will be going in short order here, and then very soon in the next day or so here we'll have Mars coming into Aries and then crossing paths with Jupiter because Mars moves faster. And we also have the Sun and Mercury retrograde doing a little bit of an exchange of places too since last week. The Sun moved into Gemini, and today is at 3 degrees, and Mercury retrograde has just slid backwards into the sign of Taurus. So Mercury, when it's in retrograde, there's often something that needs to be renegotiated or looked at just a little bit deeper. And when Mercury is combust the Sun, when they're right together, it's almost like Mercury speaks without thinking things through and may take certain things for granted or make certain assumptions that later get you either in trouble, or you didn't plan for something, or didn't pack the right thing in your suitcase, you took the wrong way to work or whatever. Or didn't back up a file, because in Mercury retrograde, that's when everybody loves to blame computer anomalies on Mercury, because Mercury is the god of communication. So with the Sun and Mercury just having split apart and Mercury's going backwards here, it's like Mercury is doing a little bit more investigation on some type of new beginning, this challenging new beginning. And we do have romantic love here, and we have all of this interesting prosperity and universal love with the divine feminine here, alchemy, realization. It's like the realization of our potential and our contribution to the greater whole, and receiving confirmations and messages to that effect. And this allowance of perception is like when the Sun and Mercury are parting, it's like, oh, that. It's like I saw 1313. It's like the death of the ego, and a little bit of a tower moment where we have to kind of change the way that we're working with other individuals. Maybe we've caught ourselves being a little bit full of ourselves, and other individuals are just as much of an authority as ourselves, right? Like I find myself giving advice here on the channel, and you are your best advisor. I'm only here to read the energies and give you a little bit of a backstory that's showing up, but ultimately it's always up to us to figure all of this out. So using or passing every bit of information through your heart chakra helps you to tap into what feels right for you, what has relevance to your unique path, and to heal the thought that you have to do things the same way as others, or that if you do things differently, no one's going to think that you know what you're talking about. Because like for myself, my message ends up being quite different than other people's. And then we're seeing synergy with throat chakra and root chakra here. It's grounding your messages, trusting that the messages have value for other individuals, and allowing yourself to realize the alchemical force that you are, that you're shifting and transmuting things as you go, creating miracles. And allowance of perception also, it's that surrender of the ego, the surrender of pride and the fear of vulnerability. It's the surrendering of the know-it-all bits of ourselves that want to be well regarded. And maybe some of us, I have known other people to do this as well, where they surround themselves with people that need them or that don't do for themselves very well. And so they have to either keep on bailing everybody out of binds or helping to serve other people or helping other people who need counseling or something, so that there's always this feeling of being useful, being needed, and also being surrounded by people that are not as either psychically or emotionally aware. And sometimes this can be subtle power dynamics, I'm feeling, because right now we also have Venus is squaring Pluto retrograde right now, and it's telling us to try to share the power with other individuals in a more efficient way. And we've got synergy on the table here. It's the realization of how to work with other people, how to surrender our point and allow other people to also lead. And so we're supporting people's development in that way. We also have that Mercury retrograde and with Sun, that connection right there is squaring off with Saturn. So it's like we're doubting something. Either it's ourselves or doubting others' ability to do something, or even to be compatible, or to be able to work together in this new group. But there's the potential for power couple coming out in the deck, and whether that's at work, I'm getting a buzz here, or in relationship. Again, this romantic love is right here. Yeah, there's a surrendering here and a coming together, working together with somebody. And I'm feeling too, this could definitely be people that have definitely been in their individual masculine polarity, establishing their reputation and their career, and making their money and gathering their resources for whatever mission that they are pursuing. And so as these individuals have been in their masculine polarity here, it's in this genderless, right? It seems like there's this, when Mars comes into connection over the Aries zodiac border, as if there's like a line in the sky, right? It's getting closer. It's close enough to count already because of the amount of planetary influences right there. It's expansive. And when Mars and Neptune and Moon and Jupiter are all there right there, it's a huge heart healing, heart expansion, and the divine masculine polarity is really feeling a huge glow up, an expansion of their own light, integrating shadow and changing the way that they approach and the way that they work with others. They've met their match, I'm hearing. Okay, so we're already about 19 minutes in. I'm going to get some handwritten cards here. What can you tell us here? What do we need to allow? Because we're seeing this fertility and alchemy and realization in the center here by the romantic love. So somebody's met their match and something has gone down. Maybe it says, I'm sorry, regret. I wanted you to chase me. Overlooked opportunity. So maybe there's been a little bit of distance where somebody allowed themselves to take a little bit of distance to see what you would do, or you did this, and somebody stayed in their own energy, and this person is realizing that the emperor or the empress, whichever you are, the person that stayed in their center, in their own power, this person doesn't chase. They magnetize their prosperity. Very nice. So we're getting the golden light code activation. Radiate and express what makes you unique. Breathe deeply, get some fresh air, nature time, ground and hydrate, cleanse and clear your energies. Somebody's thinking about cuddling and kissing, looking at your pictures. And they're seeing somebody as a brick house. So somebody is unshakable, and they don't play games, and they're not playing any games. This person may be an Aquarian. That's somebody that definitely has that progressive mind, detached type of love language, very intellectually based. They want to build bridges. Somebody's got their dragon spirit out, so that could be guarded demeanor, keeping protection over you and yours. Somebody's saying that you feel like home, though, and we have a backwards card. Crown chakra with trying to impress you, and Scorpio. So there's been an ending to that one. So I think that we're seeing this. I mean, there's some people out here playing runner-chaser dynamics for sure, but those dynamics I do not believe ever work. All you can do, if you are in that twin flame cycle of the karmic wheel of feeling some suffering, playing out these games, all you can do is work on yourself. And even if you're not in that dramatic swinging drama, all we can do is work on ourselves, right? We're getting Wheel of the Year, let the cycles play out. What else? Conserve your energies, manage your time and space. But wait, there's more. When you know better, do better. Somebody misses you. Live a life full of love and light, but still master the throat punch. Heart chakra with root chakra, and healing, just like we have over here. I, J, K, and L may be significant initials. Falling for you hard. 4444. It's angel code. There's been some repressed chemistry, and somebody's been restraining themselves, holding back from sending a message, possibly because they've got some material concerns, concerned about being a provider maybe with this divine masculine here, but they've been creeping around and watching the situation from, not creepily, hopefully. Take that message as you must, right? All right, did we cover all these cards? I'm going to get a few out of here. We've got First Breath, Beginner's Mind, and the Cosmos there. Yeah, there's definitely somebody who's different than, or an opportunity that's new, refreshed, something that you haven't done before. You're taking a fresh look at something, or getting a pair of fresh eyes to look at your plans or your spreadsheets or whatever, maybe your vision or your dream. Maybe you're getting a personal message. Unmarked trail and revelation. Very nice. I'm liking this one today. 57. So we already talked about you being quite different than the other individuals and needing to trust that you know the way that's best for yourself. And I'm seeing this as somebody can reach out to you and teach you their methods. They can teach you a bunch of symbols, but the only way to reach into the center of your magic is to really commune with yourself. And there's no faster way to do it than just taking time and space in between the points of chaos in your life and taking the time to breathe, taking the time to center yourself and your thoughts and feelings, and to believe that you're doing the best that you can with what you have, and that you're here for a purpose, right? So I'm seeing different. There's like this labyrinth around this. It's what am I seeing here? It's I'm definitely seeing the energy of stress and compression and being twisted into knots. And it's like not knots in a bad way either, because this it's being revealed to you that you've made something more difficult than it was perhaps intended, or that it was necessary for it to become. And you're finding that perhaps the more that you trust and the more you allow your perception of things as they come to you, it's like that wisp card that is leading you on and forward, and it'll lead you to your destiny. It'll lead you to the individual, to the job opportunity, or to the property that you're looking for. Yeah, unmarked trail. You're meant to be a trailblazer in some type of a way, and that's definitely Mars moving into Aries. That's definite trailblazer energy. And connecting with Jupiter as soon as Mars gets over there, it's like everybody's loved up in well, maybe okay, let me just say what I want to say. I'm kind of hearing too many things in my mind and moving too fast to say everything. I'm feeling like that expansion when Mars moves in there is this expansive universal love energy, and there's perhaps this energy of a benefactor or the right partner for your new venture or something. So under the deck we have Eye of the Needle, intentionality, heart, home, compassion. We've talked a lot about that. A reactivation of the heart chakra and wanting to do something you've wanted to do for a long time. Like, and even in romance, it's like somebody here is a dream come true. They're putting you into your heart, and you're seeing that miracles can occur in this situation. What else? Vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. We already talked about that one too. So yes, there's, especially with the sun moving into the sign of Gemini, that's the sign of the twins, Castor and Pollux, that are mirrors of each other, but for better or for worse. So also it's reminding me that people that are on this divine love union trajectory, usually their path involves a lot of karmic individuals, and they are actually mirroring back to us the unhealed parts of ourselves. Not that we're rude if somebody's rude to us, it's their rudeness is teaching us to manage our energies in a better way, and not to let rude people continue to pass all the tests when there's red flags that haven't been addressed. Sky Bridge, possibility for union. Really? So this very, and that comes over fertility, and I'm sorry, there's a reconciliation here, possibility for union. There's a coming together, and there's a lot of forgiveness energy with universal love and the I'm sorry. Somebody's integrating whatever irritation or friction that there was, and there's a change of heart. Beloved, radical acceptance of yourself, radical acceptance of other. Beautiful. Yeah, there's a lot of intentionality here. So there are some of you that with these, we've also got Venus sextile Saturn, which is a lot of loyalty, dedication, and a lot of synergy energy as well. So somebody wants to work together with somebody else, and it's somebody who's going to call your bluff, somebody who's going to challenge you to stay in your heart space, and you will face and surpass the limitations that held you back before. And as you're moving beyond those egoic urges, yeah, I mean, we've got heart, home, Skybridge, possibility for union, and beloved. intentionality, romantic love, there's a commitment for many, or a leveling up in that contract. So some people may be committing to each other, cutting out their options. Other people may be moving in together, or maybe even becoming engaged if you've been in a relationship and it's heading that way. But on the basis for most people, this is it's just a miracle. It's a miraculous leveling up and acceptance that when you're in the space of universal love, that's what comes back to you. It's like the echo that returns. There goes my ear again. So, okay, 30 minutes. There's something else here that wants to come out. So what specifically about this masculine energy? What needs to change or be integrated here for this universal love to work with this romantic love here? It's like there's an unmarked trail here for the two of you, or the whatever opportunity is coming in. Sacral chakra. Definitely affirm your creative potential and your desires. Right, okay. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of sensual, sexual, tantric energy going on here. The blending of chakra energies between the two. And with sacral chakra, I got this in the pre-shuffle as well. Low vibe entities, lower attachments here. So you don't have to be literally possessed to have low vibrational residue in various chakras. Especially the sacral chakra is all about your creativity, your desirability, your sensuality, which is like, go out and smell those roses. It's like instant attraction. When you see something that you desire, or see something in a shop window or something, or that vehicle that you can't afford, you can still stop by there and take it for a test drive. And sometimes that helps put you literally in the driver's seat of something where you're like, yeah, I can see myself in this or not. So the same thing with sacral chakra in your self-value. It's like recognizing that instant attraction and pursuing it in a way that says, this is for me. I am worthy. I have done a lot of great things in my life. Because what blocks the sacral chakra, I believe, is shame. So fear blocks the first chakra, the root, and sacral chakra is blocked by shame. And those lower vibrational attachments are just saying that you don't deserve it, you haven't done enough, you still have something to prove. Somebody has addiction, self-medication going on here. But there's a manifestation for a soulmate. I feel you near me when we're miles apart. Nice. But somebody's having to take their heart over mind. Let's see. I will get you some of these cute notes from the universe cards. Okay. These are more romantically based for most, but you can apply them to anyone. Okay. Actually, the only effective way of changing another person is by changing yourself. Works every time, guaranteed. Though I'm kind of partial to the way you are right now. Tally-ho, the universe. Change is always good. And I'll put that right here on the integration of change. Like, somebody wants to level up. Somebody wants to do better for this opportunity or for this romantic partner of their dreams. And so all you have to do, oversimplify, is just show the person to their highest aspect repeatedly and not hold those grudges or or encourage their lower vibrational. Oh, you always leave the your socks on the floor type of thing. It's like, well, then you're encouraging that behavior by your focus on it. It's like, instead say, oh, I saw that you did this thing really well. I appreciate when you do these things, blah, blah, blah. Or I appreciate the way that you told me this compliment. It makes me feel great, or something. You know, training somebody and teaching somebody the way that you like to be treated can happen in the co-working environment. It can happen anywhere. It's like, oh, I appreciate that compliment. You know what? I was feeling a certain way when I left the house. Thank you. You made my day. And then that person, it's like, you're not returning the blessing by not taking the compliment. It's saying, thank you so much for that compliment and why it was meaningful. And then that person, they receive the compliment of, my words made a huge difference and impact in somebody else's life today. And in the same regard, if you're using your words to call out the worst in somebody and always regretting it, you're becoming addicted to some type of lower attachment that says that you aren't good enough, and then you project that out onto whoever scapegoat is around that is weaker or doesn't have a position of authority, and so you can get away with it. Those simpler people. Be careful. When you know better, you must do better. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thanks for all you've shared. The universe. P.S. It's just another one of those nutty body algorithm things. It's absolutely, it's magnetism at its finest. And there was something else. Thanks for all you've shared. Yes, it's sharing power. It's not devouring another in their moment of vulnerability. Like, how could you do this thing? Oh my goodness, you should be ashamed of yourself, right? Don't shame other individuals. It's not effective. You glow, we beam. Thanks. So yeah, make a difference in somebody's life. You've got time to make the adjustment. Just do the best that you can, and do your best to see me in their eyes. So this is like, see the essence of God, source, universe, of universal love and life and beauty and joy and vulnerability and the urge to be loved, respected, and supported in life. Everybody is craving approval on some type of a level. So see the essence of God in their eyes. And if it helps, see their inner child wanting that, needing that so desperately. It's time to make a demonstration. Make a big deal out of somebody who deserves it. You might not know now, but you will. And when the opportunity arises, don't hesitate, because it is your own gift to give in that type of a way. All right, I think I will leave it there for you guys today. Thank you so much once again for joining us. And as always, if this message resonated, like, share, comment, subscribe as you're drawn to. Every little bit of interaction and every viewer helps us to magnetize other people with that nutty body algorithm thing, and also that nutty algorithm on YouTube thing. The more views, the more people are able to come and get the messages that they need and grow the channel, grow the messages, and grow your soul. All right, last minute messages for anyone holding out. Getting advice from friends. There's a grief or depression cycle that's working its way out. Have some patience, not yet. Allow the unfolding. There's some frenemies that may be pulling your energy down, but you've also got some secret admirers, which your frenemies can also be your secret admirers, and that's why they are coming after you in some type of a way because they might be envious or jealous. Capricorn, stealth tactics and games. They never told you U, V, W, X, Y, or Z. They may be dealing with some legalities, 3D contracts, and there may be an escalation of a dispute. So that may be why there has been some distance, but yeah, lost in space, needing direction popped out to be seen. So choose your own adventure. And if you're lost, just follow the signs of the universe. Follow your bliss. All right, you guys, take care. I'll talk to you again soon.